Something I could rock to, you know what I mean? Something with that bounce, you know what I mean? Well, a leg up. Take up. Last year, niggas claim that I fell off. I guess you would call this a comeback. On my solo dolo shit like Mike Rose, with two cities on both shoulders, still never walk with hunchback. After all these haters told me get my weight up, so I jacked up on steroids to make it from minors to majors. Used to be a broke little nigga. Now all I do is count my paper, so why should I apologize for the life that I done earned? Got my finger up to them critics like fucking let the track burn. If the flow hostile or I'm hot now, what the fuck would I wait my turn? I call me a problem child, I was acting wild, of life with no concern. So for all those 6 shots, I might be saying prayers for your earn. Rest in peace to your career. When the fuck y'all gonna learn? Cause I eat beef like Shark Week on beef for the whole year. And I won't stop and I'm on top like a shit down like a sheriff. Excuse me. Can you hold my mic for a second? Cause I feel like I'm the shit, nigga. Cause I gotta do my dance. All I need is a new Bugatti and I'ma be legit, nigga. Excuse me. Can you hold my mic for a second? Cause I feel like I'm the shit, nigga. Cause I gotta do my dance. All I need is a new Bugatti and I'ma be legit, nigga.
Yo.
Sir.
What's good, brother?
We back. You thought we was playing?
Oh, nah.
Did you thought it was a joke when I said we gonna be back out here?
Nah,
no.
Every week.
Oh yes. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
2. We are back again. How you feeling? How you feeling today?
I'm blessed, man. Boy, start a new job on Monday. Boy, just set up the studio room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do y'all see that setup? Y'all don't even know. The man got his privacy going. Ain't no one about to bother him. Ain't doing none of that.
Our own office.
That is just man peace right there. It's just like man, just like this is the sanctuary right here. Don't. Man, listen.
Put a TV in the wall, all that shit, man.
Listen, TV, get the TV going, put that PlayStation in there. You're gonna be in there 18 hours a day. That's
facts. What's going on with you though, bro?
I'm feeling great. You know, I seen my grandmother came by to visit earlier, and that woman is a saint. So you know, I'm around family. When I get the chance to be around my other family, you know, it always puts you in a good mood. It's just you feel more complete, and that's where I'm right now. I'm feeling great, feeling wonderful. Just finished off a little Monster real quick, so now my energy's starting to pick up a little bit because I'm sore as hell right now. This workout I did the other day is killing me. So now, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better. I can move the muscles a little bit.
Right,
we in here. We ready now. I'm feeling it.
All right, bet. Well, shit. First topic. Anderson Silva last fight. What you think, bro?
Well, first and foremost, you know, give credit where credit is due. Uriah Hall finished Anderson Silva, knockout, 4th round. All the credit, you know. He did what he had to do. And what was actually a pretty competitive fight. I'll say this, Silva, for the first couple of rounds, looked better than he has, to me, in his last couple of fights. Like, he won the first round pretty clearly, though it wasn't much action on either side. And then he was winning the second until the end, and he got caught and he got rocked. And from then on, it was just downhill. And you see those flashes, like if someone had never watched Anderson Silva and they saw this old Anderson Silva and they kind of understood, like they could see, like, oh, I see. You could see what used to make him great,
Right.
That timing and the precision of the things, certain things that he does. Like, you see those glimpses, but he just can't pull the trigger like he could then. It's just that's what happens. It's the first thing to go. It's very similar for me. My favorite boxer of all time is Roy Jones Jr. I love Roy. And the reason Roy fell off so quickly is because his style was based on reflexes and like speed and reflexes. And that's the first thing that goes. Certain guys' styles, boxing wise, Bernard Hopkins, his style it's able to age well because it's more reliant on strategy, getting inside, certain stuff like that. In MMA, you see someone like Randy Couture, his style is able to last a little longer than most people because you're in that kind of shape. It's controlling wrestling. It's clinch game. You still have that strength and that controllability. But when you're relying on reflexes, when you can just put your hands down and just dodge punches and throw strikes at these angles and see stuff, but not just see it before it comes, but be able to react to it. A lot of people can see it. A great point guard will still have that vision, but they can't always whip that pass as quick as they used to be able to do it, like to react on it. That's where Silva's at now. And it's sad to see because you still see those little glimpses and you still see those little moments, but he just can't pull the trigger like he used to. And it sucks. It really sucks to see it.
See, like the first 2 rounds, I was like, okay, Silva.
He looked good.
I was like, okay. I was like, all right, show Dana what he missing, Silva. I was like, hell yeah, get that last fight. And then the 3rd round hit. And then Uriah wasn't as gun shy as he was the first 2 rounds.
Can we speak? Uriah, you got to stop this. Uriah, you've got to stop this. Like, my God, you're already still a top 10 middleweight. Not quite sure how, because it seems like, I guess he's won like 3 or 4 in a row now, but.
Right.
Dog, you got to be able to pull the trigger and finish some of these dudes. The skill set for Uriah Hall is there. That man can make a run. You don't accidentally beat Gegard Mousasi. That does not happen.
Right.
That doesn't happen. And then like his other losses, I think is 3 losses. Other 3, I know one was to Paulo Costa, top 3 middleweight. One is to Robert Whittaker, top 3 middleweight. I forget the other one. I don't think was as good, but it's like most of the time his losses are to the top guys. So and Gegard, that was his 3 of his last 4, or to Gegard in a rematch, Whittaker and Paulo Costa. There's no shame in losing to them type of dudes.
Right.
You can make that run if he learns. It's a mental thing for him, and I struggle to see him ever being able to get over it, and it's a shame because he has championship talent.
I got a question for you because we saw what happened after the fight. With all the respect that Uriah Hall was in tears after he beat his idol.
Right.
Him and Silva kind of had a little talk. Do you think that after the talk, like, because I heard some of the words that Silva gave him, Silva basically told him, hey, bruh, you nice, you next, do you?
Right.
Even though I really kind of feel like he passed the torch.
He passed it to Izzy first. Yeah, Izzy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Uriah Hall coming up was supposed to be the next Anderson Silva, and never amounted up to it.
They were pumping him right after the Ultimate Fighter, before the finale. Like Dana White literally called him the next Anderson Silva. He hadn't even won the Ultimate Fighter yet,
right?
And then he didn't because Kelvin Gastelum came in and wrestled him to death,
right?
But yeah, no, good God, he was given. They wanted him to be the star, 100%.
So here's my question. Do you think that after that talk, we might see a better Uriah Hall in the future, somebody that's not as gun shy?
If it's been so long, if this had kind of come over like the last, like, man, he's struggling for a couple years, a year or 2, and then this happens, and then this is the turning point, then maybe, but Uriah's been at this for a while now.
Right,
He ain't no new dude. Like, I feel like if he was going to turn the corner, he would have turned it. And now it's at the point where what do you do next for him? I look at the rankings and Gastelum's right ahead of him. He already fought him and got killed. He's already fought Brunson and lost. Darren Till, Darren Till's coming off a loss. Maybe you could do Uriah versus Darren Till. That's a decent striking match. I'm not too mad at that. Till coming off a loss. That even though Uriah's coming off some wins, that's still a higher ranked guy who would Marcus step up and see if he can really make a run. And then you get to the top of the division where you're like, you've already got whooped by Whitaker, whooped by Costa. Yoel Romero is, I don't know what the hell goes on with Yoel Romero at any point in time.
Right.
Like, I don't know where he goes. So I'd like to say this is where he can turn that corner and make that run. But I'm not holding my breath for it. I have zero faith in it because he's still like you said, Anderson was winning for the first 8-9 minutes of that fight. It wasn't until he got rocked in that last minute of the second round. He got rocked. He rocked Anderson, and that's what kind of turned it. But he was going to be down 2-0.
Right.
It was, it wasn't looking great, and then you see when he does turn it on, and you're like, there it is. Where was this? He's got to figure out how to turn that on. But the fact that he hasn't done it yet doesn't give me a lot of hope that suddenly this talk with Anderson is going to be the thing. Because Izzy was already kind of on that path. You saw Izzy feeling like he was on that path, and that was just kind of I really am here. Now I'm definitely here. I don't feel like Uriah kind of has that same. That man threw a wheel kick to the leg. Anderson is a pro.
Right.
Threw a wheel leg kick. That's fucking wild.
Right.
I love it. But yeah, you hope Uriah can figure something out. But I don't think this is Anderson's last fight ever.
Just about to ask you, what's next for the GOAT?
I think if you think Bellator wouldn't bring him in for some fights, please. They absolutely will.
After that performance, I definitely will bring him in. I think Silva's good to give you 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any more than 3.
Right.
I wouldn't say any more than don't put him in a main event to where you have to 5-round it. None of that. Even if you have to make a main event 3 rounds, we've seen it done before with coronavirus, with fights that they just had to put together at last minute.
Right.
I think Silva can handle Bellator, especially because Bellator's competition isn't as
not top 2 or 3 guys, but definitely in that middle area for sure. And you put Anderson Silva on a card, he's not the kind of draw that other guys are, but his name does hold some weight that I think for Bellator that would still draw some eyes. Or I mean, if they wanted to, 1FC, like they pay big money over a 1FC.
Right.
Like they go more like that'll get some eyes, and that's under Turner with the TNT and all them Bleach Report, all that stuff. So I'm sure they'd be looking for stuff like that too. And Silva does have a history out there from his time in Pride back in the earlier days. Not a long time in Pride, but he was over there. So I could see either one of them because Silva's name still does draw, and he kind of said, it's hard for a fighter to kind of go away and know when it's done. He kind of spoke about it, and it feels like he's one of those that's going to have a hard time staying away and just not fighting anymore. So I think one of those 2, I think will end up calling him in.
Okay. All right. So we got the rest of the card to talk about too. You got Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Fili. How'd you feel about that fight?
Good fight. That was a really, really good fight. Loved it. I did edge Bryce Mitchell barely, but it was really close. I wouldn't have been too mad at someone saying they thought Fili kind of took it, but
Bryce had too much control.
I think in the third, I thought it was 1-1. I thought the first couple you could have maybe edged Fili maybe in the first, but I gave Bryce the first. I think I gave Fili the second, and I think the third Bryce really kind of turned his relentlessness on the ground is just fucking unbelievable. Like he's just, all right, I'm gonna go to this arm bar. Oh, you got this, switch over to a triangle. Oh, you're doing this, move it to a omoplata. Move this around, try to get a heel hook. Get around, get back on top, take your back. See if I get this. It's just like, dude, he does not stop. It is ridiculous.
Right.
How the transitions, it's the transitions to just go from point to point to point to point to point. It's impressive, and that's what I like. You can be a ground fighter and still be an aggressive and entertaining ground fighter, and that's what he is. And I appreciate that. Same with, on another level, more with the striking, but someone like Khabib, he can get you on the ground, but it's still aggressive and doing damage. And that's what Bryce does on the submissions. And I love it. He does. I mean, you can't rest.
The thing with Bryce that I saw, man, is that he kind of seemed like he do like kind of train with those Dagestanis, man. Like, because you know the signature that I noticed from people like Khabib and his camp when they get you on the ground,
yeah,
and then they wrap your legs up,
right, immediately.
Like, immediately. So like, and they get mount like that,
right?
That's who Bryce, like, when I was watching it, because I'm not going front. I haven't really I've seen Bryce fight,
yeah, but
he hasn't been somebody that I've paid attention to. I paid extra attention to him this fight because that's your man's. So I had to like, I said, all right, let me see. And I know Philly a bad dude too. I've seen a few of Philly's fights. So I know he's a bad dude, especially stand up. And
that's where Bryce still needs work. His stand up is still it's not at that level yet. And it's getting better, but that is definitely the place where he really, really needs to improve as he starts climbing up these rankings. He's 14 now in featherweight, but as you get higher into these featherweight rankings and you start getting into these other top 10 guys, it's some strikers there. It's some dudes who are gonna, you got Jeremy Stevens, you got Josh Emmett will knock you out. Calvin Cutter will knock you out. You got Korean Zombie, you got Yair, you got T-City. The top 10 is full of some strikers, and then obviously Max and Volkanovski the champ. There's a lot of strikers. There's some, other, I mean, not to say that's all they do, but if you can't hang on the feet with some of these dudes, you're not just going to get these dudes to the ground easily that way that even someone like Sadiq Yusuf, who's number 10 right now, Super Sadiq Yusuf, same way. You're not just going to get these dudes to the ground easily and do that stuff. If you can't, now you got to see them on the feet, and your striking level is not there. It's not. And so that, to me, that is definitely the place where Bryce is going to have to, take a big step up and keep working to improve it, because his ground game is fucking relentless, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But he's going to have to take that next step, and because it is not about to get easier. 145 is one of the most stacked divisions, if not the most stacked division in the UFC. So he's going to have to get his striking game up.
So what's next for him?
It might be. I'm kind of looking at different. Dan Ige is at 9. He's at 14 right now. Dan Ige, who just fought. What did he just fought? He just fought Calvin Cutter in a really good fight. Calvin Cutter's last fight. And Dan Ige, 50K Ige. To me, that kind of feels like this is a big-time striker. Can you hang on the feet? Can you do something like that? I wouldn't be too mad at that. That seems like a nice little jump. Or if you really want to throw him into that deep, maybe give him a vet. You can go. There's never a bad fight with Jeremy Stevens. If you want to just take that jump.
That's a big jump.
You want to test, and you want a vet that's going to really let you know if you're there. I'm not mad at Jeremy Stevens.
I mean, I can kind of see Jeremy more than anybody, just because Jeremy's chin's a little suspect. But at the same time, Jeremy's he's not going to let up. Like that's not.
No.
It's either he knocks you out or you're knocking him out. So it's one or the other with Jeremy.
Right.
But I could kind of see Jeremy.
I could see if they see him as someone, and I think they do. That's why they gave him co-main status on the Anderson Silva card, and
Boy got his own camo shorts.
They gave him the camo shorts. I do think he's someone that they see. I mean, and it's he's from Oregon. Let's be real here. He's a country white boy. And you trying to get some eyes over here. I don't know where he stands. I'm not trying to say he's one of them MAGA type dudes or anything like that.
I don't think so, but he's definitely country.
He's a country white boy from he's from Arkansas.
Country.
He's a country white boy from Arkansas.
Yeah.
He trains there, and he said pretty vehemently, I don't need to go to any of these big camps. I got the best trainers right here. So if that's something, hey, look, they like their white boys. Just call it what it is. And so I could absolutely see them wanting to push him a little more. And usually when they want to do that is when you give a name vet who's kind of on the downside of his career, which is why I could see a Jeremy Stevens. Not to say Jeremy is on the downside of his career, but he is kind of in that gatekeeper role a little bit now. Right. So I could definitely see that. Or put him in against Sadiq Yusuf because they love throwing their little prospects on the rise against each other for some stupid reason instead of just letting them get a little higher. They try to do that a lot of times. So I can see either one of those. But the way they like to build their kind of guys is stuff like this, like a Jeremy Stevens, like what we saw with Derek Brunson's last fight, Shabazian.
Okay.
Exact same situation. We're trying to bid this guy's on the brink. Let's give him one of these vets that we think is done, and we're going to see if he's ready to take that next leap. And Derek Brunson knocked his ass right back down real quick.
Right.
But that's what they like to do is to throw him in over those guys. So I could definitely see a Jeremy Stevens fight if that's one they want to do.
Okay. All right. So next fight on the card, we have Maurice Green versus the nigga you hate.
Can't stand him. He's a horrible human being.
Greg Hardy.
He's a great fighter, and I can never take away. Man's a really good fighter. I can't act like he hasn't gotten way better from the time he stepped foot in the UFC to where he's at now. He is miles ahead of where he was when he first stepped foot in the octagon. So
and every dude that he fight, I expect to knock him out so far.
Right. And the only one to get him, and I don't even think it was a knockout, was Volkov. And Volkov is a very good heavyweight. But Greg Hardy's good. The man's power is undeniable. He knocks people. When he fucking catches you, you're gonna feel it. And Mo Green is good, but he's kind of more of a jiu-jitsu guy, and he doesn't let his hands go as much sometimes. He's a little bit too tentative. And Greg Hardy going to come out there and get in your face just like he did his ex-girlfriend when he threw her on the bed of assault rifles. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to veer off like that. My bad. It just comes out sometimes.
Hey, look, man, he might be a changed man, Corey. He might be. I'm just saying he's a UFC fighter now. There's actually people that's in there that could kick his ass if he.
Look, maybe. I won't say that he can't have possibly changed his ways. I just don't believe it.
Does it say that Greg Hardy got a takedown in that fight?
It does say he got a takedown. Maybe after he knocked him down, he kind of jumped on top of him, and
I guess that wasn't a takedown though. I don't remember him taking. I don't remember Greg Hardy wrestling.
I don't either. But whatever. I'm not.
He did get a takedown. He got a takedown in the first.
Was it at the end of the first?
I think it was at the end of the first.
I do think it was at the end of the. I think you're right. God damn it! Stop being.
Boy, getting better, Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hate on him, man. The boy getting better.
I can. I can absolutely hate on him.
It's just why do the people I like you love to hate? Like
With him, it is strictly a personal.
I get it.
It's
Though. I
strictly
get why.
personal thing.
I get
And
why you
then
hate Greg Hardy. Though. I
and
get it.
then yeah, because this wasn't even a case of it was an accusation and you don't know. Like, no, that man got convicted. Like
Right.
this is
Right.
not something that we were just he got convicted of it. They took it and then he appealed and then they paid off the girl and then they won their appeal, so it got erased. But he got convicted. Then he came back to the NFL for my terrible ass Cowboys, although we weren't terrible at that time, I don't think. And then before his first game back, he had just come off suspension, and then he comes in an interview, and we're about to play the Patriots, and they ask him about getting a Tom Brady, and he said something about, yeah, I'm gonna get him, and I hope his wife is there too. I hope his wife is watching. It's like, motherfucker, you ain't even on the field yet, and you're already back to making more remarks about women when you're suspended for domestic violence. Like, dog, come on, you ain't learned shit. You ain't learned shit. Like, I can't. I never got past that. Fully admit, I never got past it. It's a really, really bothersome thing for me. Even putting that to the side, I'm not going to take nothing away from his skills as a fighter and his growth as a fighter, because he is absolutely getting better, and I will not take that away from him. And maybe he has gotten to a point of getting over certain things, but that is something that really, really strikes a like that's just a line for me that is beyond anything else for me.
Right.
So hard for me to just be like, yeah, just look past it. Every time I see him, that's what I see, and that's just kind of gonna be the case. But the man's winning. Like the man is winning, and he's beating some decent dudes, and he's looking a lot better as he does it. So I can't take that away from him.
Right. What's next?
Well, Kevin Holland whooped up some weird Afro light-skinned dude.
I have no idea who that dude is.
It was a late second replacement. He was supposed to fight someone else. This was like a last minute replacement. Within the last 2 weeks, if not the last week of the fight, it was a replacement. Very scary. What happened is he slammed him down twice. He slammed him down that same way twice, and then Charlie Ontiveros like verbally tapped. It was really weird. I was concerned. I think everybody was concerned there might have been a neck issue or something happened. But Dana White did say, I think the following day, he got x-rays, he got CAT scans, and he's 100% fine. There's nothing, no nerve or kind of neck thing or something. So it's still really unclear exactly what happened.
Because when he slammed him,
he didn't move.
He didn't move, and then the ref was like, "Yo, you okay?" He was like, "Yo, I'm good. Like, get him off of me. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. Like, I can fight." He was like, "Yo," the ref was like, "You done?" He was like, "I'm good. I'm good. I'm good."
Yeah, he's done, and he didn't move. He laid there, and then they stretchered him off. And like, it's not like, okay, and then they wait a few minutes and then they get him up. Like, no, he didn't move, and then they stretched him off. I think they might have moved him a little bit before but they didn't show that, because why would you show that?
Right.
But he didn't move. It's like, it was very, 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 very disturbing, kind of what happened. And, hopefully he's all right. Prayers up for him. Hopefully he's fine. Because he did, you took a fight on, I want to say like a week notice or something like that. And, you took your shot and it don't happen. And Kevin Holland didn't care what happened. He went right back to, and this is what Kevin Holland does. He went right back to his shit talking ways. Good on you. Get your name out there. Start talking your shit to Izzy, because he went straight towards Izzy and started talking this shit.
Boy, deserve to talk big shit. 4 wins in 1 year.
Absolutely. You talk your shit. You make your things. I'm in no way am I saying he needs to calm down. Talk your shit. Do what you do, because it's been proven time and time again that you can get yourself a fight that you probably aren't ready for and don't really deserve, just by talking enough shit. And he's been that way, but I ain't mad at it. Get your money, get your fight. We've seen it before. Storylines, all that shit, all that kind of stuff. That sells. That's what they're looking for, and do it. The man's in the UFC. Jesus Christ, he's 7-2 in the UFC. his 2 losses. One of them is Thiago Santos by decision. He didn't get knocked out by Thiago Santos.
Okay,
Um,
that's
not a
that's not a win, but
right.
you get what I'm saying. Like you didn't get knocked out by Thiago. That's
Right.
pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the other one, not as good of a loss to a gentleman by the name of Brandon Allen, who we got choked out in the second round. This was back in October of last year, and now he's won 4 straight since then, all between May and October. So 4 wins in 5 months, 5.5 months.
Right.
That's
since I kind of see Kevin as a possible contender, what do you have next for him? What would you do?
He's still a prospect. I think he's still a ways away. He's not even ranked yet still.
I was about to ask, do you give him a ranked opponent next?
And maybe in the very end. Again, if you want to go down those vet ways, Shogun is still ranked number 14. If you wanted to do something like that. But I don't see anything of that nature just yet. I think he's still maybe someone like Paul Craig, who's down there at the bottom of the rankings as well.
To see a Paul Craig.
But I think I think he'll still get another unranked. I think he's on the cusp of the rankings. Like if there was a top 20, he'd be in that 20. I think. But another win, I think he'll be on the back end of those rankings, and then he can really start going because, agreed. 4 wins in a row in that short amount of time. It's fucking impressive. And, hats off to him.
Right. And I guess the last fight, well, the first fight, but last fight we going to talk about from the card, Bobby Green versus Thiago Moises. You got anything on this?
No, Bobby Green does the same thing he always does. He takes you down. He gets a few little strikes in here and there, and he talks a lot of shit as if he just destroys people. Credit to him for winning. He wins, but I mean he's a pretty boring fighter, but he's a very good wrestler, and he did what he always does. And then you just sit there and you're like, all right, Bobby won another whatever fight, and then
Thiago won that.
Right, they did give it to him, but he didn't. He did.
I didn't see. I didn't see this fight.
I do remember. You're right. Bobby
I remember them talking about it. And it's one of those fights, man.
Bobby won that fight. Moises was. I think he got a round. I believe he had a round, but Bobby won that fight. And you're right. I forgot they did because I do remember Bobby reacting like what the fuck, like.
Right.
What?
Right.
No, that was one. That was a bad decision. They should treat that as if Bobby won. Not that I don't think it matters too much in the grand scheme. This is 155, if I'm not mistaken. He's not making no kind of run in that division. I'm sorry.
It's too lethal.
He's fine to have around to fill out some cards, but this was nothing to me.
Right.
What it is.
Right. Pretty good card though. I enjoyed it. It was kind of it was kind of tough because I was trying to watch this and the Mook versus Tay-Rock at the same time.
But that started so late that I was able to. Mook and Tay-Rock ended up starting way later than we thought because they said it was going to be 5, and then 5 comes, and they're like, pre-show for an hour. Like,
right.
The fuck? So by the time the Silva fight was over, like the third battle was still going, and then all right, now I can watch. I had it on my laptop, and then I had the fights on the TV. Once that finished, I went and I put it on my iPad, and I just mirror screened it to my TV off my iPad, and I'm good to go. So that's all I was doing, and it was easy for me. But
quick opinion on the Mook versus Tay-Rock. Who you got?
2-1 Mook, 1-3. I gotta watch it again. I know it's out on the app, and I'll watch it.
It's on the app. It popped up.
It is on the app.
I gotta see it again too. I
gotta watch it again.
It might be a 30 because I did kind of like Mook's first round. I don't think his first round was trash.
I don't think his first round was trash. It dragged on. Midway through Mook's first, I was like, God damn it, they did say they were gonna do unlimited. And it was like a point where I'm like, it's good, but damn, I'm ready for this round to end now.
Right.
Come on. And that kind of messed me up a little bit, but I still gave him the first because I didn't think Rock's first was amazing. But I didn't care for either of their first. I wouldn't be mad if you gave it 30 to Mook because Mook's second was fire too, and Rock eventually turned up, and then Mook's third, that was destroyed him in the third. Is what it is. But yeah, I have Mook 2-1 or 3-0, but I definitely have Mook winning, and I'm not a Mook fan. I've never cared for Mook too much, but I definitely have 2-1.
Right. Me too. I got it 2-1. But I'm gonna watch it again. Probably tomorrow.
For sure.
Probably tomorrow.
Right. Before we get off this last card, before we go to that, because I know we're about to go to that in a second, just a quick rundown, because this is probably it is definitely the last fight for Anderson Silva in the UFC. I just want to run these numbers down for Anderson the Spider Silva, my GOAT, and many other people's GOATs. It's in the conversation. So let me just, I know. Listen, I'm not mad if anyone says Jones is there. Still there. Fifth most wins in UFC history, 14. Longest UFC win streak of all time, 16 fights. Longest title reign, 2,457 days. 11 consecutive. Technically, we spoke about this last week. Second longest title defense streak at 10, but it should have been 11 if Travis Lutter didn't miss weight. So that would have been there. Third most finishes of all time in the UFC, 14, behind Charles Oliveira. I didn't know Charles Oliveira was number one. Him and Cowboy are tied for number one most finishes. Most title fight finishes at 9. Most title fight knockouts at 7. Most title fight knockdowns at 10. Most knockout of the night bonuses at 7. Highest significant strike percentage of anybody who's thrown at least 1,000, 61.01% of significant strikes. Fucking unbelievable. Ridiculous. Second most knockdowns behind Cowboy. He has 18. I think Cowboy had 20. Second most knockouts of all time, 11, behind Vitor's 12. Fourth most title bout wins at 11, behind Jones, GSP, and Mouse. And the second most UFC pay-per-view main event at 17. Take a guess who's number one.
You tell me.
Randy Couture.
Okay.
I would have never guessed that shit. But listen, Silva's resume is fucking outstanding, and he's for me, he's my second favorite fighter of all time. He's my number one pound for pound guy of all time, but my second favorite fighter ever. And the man's highlight reel is going to age fucking beautifully.
So DJ's your favorite fighter of all time?
DJ is absolutely my favorite fighter of all time.
Really?
I'm a skill-based guy. Like, one of the reasons why I love Kobe so much because of how skilled he was.
Okay,
that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all like, I watch Kobe highlights. I'm like, Jesus, his footwork, like every single move, boom, does that, counter, reverse. That's how Mouse was to me. It's just like, Jesus Christ. He's going to strike. Oh, you want to go clinch? Let's clinch real quick. Here's these knees. Oh, we're going takedowns? Nope. I can defend your takedown. Transition. Move here. Submission. Still hold you down. Scramble. I can catch you on a scramble. Like, every single level, it was such a level up for Mouse. And I enjoy the highest level of just pure skill. And that's what Mouse is to me. It's just like, Jesus Christ, like, where's his weak point? Like, where do you attack this man?
Triple C proved it. What do you mean, where's his weak point? What are you talking about?
It wasn't. He held him down for 1 round. Olympic level wrestler, he held him down for 1 round. And 1 minute of another round that they somehow gave him. We'll get into that. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, that's a different show. But
we're going to get
Triple C.
We're going to get C. Ran away from Piotr Jan. I know that shit. I know he
run, bro.
I didn't know he got out of that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing him running from Jan. We're not doing that.
He got out of that division quick as fuck.
Because we want to fight. We want to fight.
No, this is not. I don't have. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight Dominic Cruz, who ain't fought in 2 years and is fucking commentating most of the time. I'm not. I don't mean that.
Legend. We're not gonna shit on Dominic like that.
No. I'm not doing that to shit on Dominic. Dominic Cruz is amazing Hall of Famer. Not a shot at Dominic Cruz. I'm just saying you have a ready-made contender who is out here destroying dudes, and you have a legendary fighter on the downside of his career who's a name value guy. And you chose the latter. It's a smart business move. It's a smart business move.
Exactly.
Doubting that.
Exactly. Well, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You know they don't go according to rankings. Right. It's about the dollar,
it's
baby.
A smart business move. And Cruz was starting to get his credit to Cejudo. He caught him when he caught him. But right before them, a couple minutes before then, in that second round, Cruz had started to find his range a little bit. He was starting to get going. Cejudo caught him. Clean. Can't take that away from him. But I think had he not, if that fight had lasted, I think that would have been a very, very good, very close fight. Because I do think it took Cruz some time, but Cruz was starting to – Cruz's mind is fucking ridiculous. And I think he was starting to figure some shit out. And then right when he started to figure some shit out, he got caught.
Yeah.
And credit to Cejudo. I didn't like that he's like, I've got nothing else to prove. What the fuck you mean you ain't got nothing to prove? There's multiple challenges still here for you. You ain't cleared out the division, homeboy. It annoyed me. It annoyed me.
Well, we'll talk about what I think is next for Triple C, another show. Because I don't believe my boy is done. So you better be careful what you say.
He shouldn't be good. He should come back. He should come back.
I think he's waiting for Live Gate. I really do. I think he's waiting for Live Gate, and then he's going to move up and invite Volkanovski if he's there. But I don't know if he's going to be there, though. T-Sizzle look really, really good. I don't know if he's going to be there. I don't know if he's going to be there, man.
So don't need to stay his little ass down at fucking 125. He's barely big enough to fight at 135. Damn sure don't need to go up to 145. You will die.
We'll see, man. That's probably what he's doing right now. Probably putting on weight.
You still little. Stop it.
I thought the same thing about Volkanovski, to be real. But then I learned his history.
Volkanovski, and he's swole. Volkanovski is little.
Yeah, he's an ex-rugby player.
Yeah, nah. There's different levels to like Yoel Romero isn't tall, but Yoel is
stocky.
Yeah. Volkanovski is stocky. Nah, Cejudo, don't do that.
Yeah.
You better fight
before we get too off track.
Right, we didn't win over here because it's other big news. Because it's other big news.
Biggest news of the week, UFC wise. He said the fight's not signed yet. He said the deal's not done. It's done. We got Izzy moving up, the light heavyweight, to fight Jan Blachowicz. I think that's how you say his name.
Blachowicz.
But something like that.
Something of that name.
We're just gonna call him.
We'll call you Jan for now.
His mama named him Jan. I'm gonna just call him Jan.
I'm gonna learn your name. I'm gonna make sure to get your name. You a champ. You've earned the right to that I know exactly how to say your name. So I'll figure that out. If I can figure out Joanna's last name, I can figure out your last name. I got you.
Right. But Izzy moving up, saying he want that crown. He telling John, you know what? I'm gonna come take your crown, and then if you move up to heavyweight and take that, I'm coming to take that too.
I might just come for that too. Don't go to heavyweight, Izzy. I love you. Don't go to heavyweight.
No,
sir.
Not for a long time, Izzy. Grow into your man body first.
Right. You're not even a big. You wouldn't be a big light heavyweight. There'd be light heavyweight. Jan is a big light heavyweight. Jan is going to be much bigger than him. Like you said though, it isn't final. Like the contract hasn't been signed yet, and there's kind of a lot of moving pieces that's kind of happening. What it comes down to, I think, one, there's not light heavyweight is still a pretty bare division. Obviously, John and Jones is still kind of looking at heavyweight, and Cannonier lost. Whitaker beat Cannonier. That was going to be the fight that they wanted to make. Cannonier loses. Whitaker comes out. And Whitaker has a kid on the way that's doing January.
I was about to say he has a kid on the
way.
Right.
Whitaker has a kid on the way doing January. So he's like, I'm not trying to fight yet. You know, I want to handle family life. More power to you. Congrats. Do your thing. He wants to handle that and take care of that first, which he is
Even though that's not how Dana White presented it to Izzy at all.
Yeah, but that's why you don't. That's why you
Dana was like, that man, he don't want to fight. He was just like,
always
look,
do that.
he
I
don't want
can't
to fight.
stand that. But I hate that.
I mean, but if you
really
look
don't
at it
like
though,
that.
if you look at it, he
I don't
lost
like
to
that.
Izzy. If looking at it, business, and from Dana White's point of view, I'm a defend Dana White. You just had a break, bro. Like I understand you had family issues. You had to be there for your daughter and all of that. She was sick. You just had a break, bro. Like now you got a shot at the title, and you don't want to take that rematch. Like you want to wait.
He picks and chooses. He picks and chooses. To me, he picks and chooses when he wants. He's fought twice in 3 months. He just fought twice. He fought in July against Till, beat him clear. Then he
Beat
fights
the hell
again
out of Derrick
3
Hill,
months.
by the way.
Right. Then he fights again 3 months later against Cannonier and beats him clear. Now he's saying, give me a few months to make sure my kid gets born and we handle home life. And I don't know if that's his first child or not. I have no clue.
No.
He has kids already?
Yeah, he has
Okay.
kids. His last break was because his daughter was sick.
Right. Yeah. I'm tripping. But handle home life, make sure the wife is straight, make sure all that's together before I get into a training camp that needs to be a full, complete, focused training camp because I'm fighting one of the 3 best fighters in the world today. I'm not mad at him for doing that. I just gave you 2 mean performances when y'all thought I was about to be on the downslide after losing the first time. Give him his time. Like I'm tired of people saying athletes don't deserve to get their time to break. Give him his time. I just fought twice in 3 months for you.
Yeah. But Izzy's one of the most active fighters. I will say that. So regardless of you having to handle life shit, I get it.
Yes.
But at the same time, you want to fight for that belt and you don't want to get skipped.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the UFC for saying, okay, and now we move on. Like, I'm not mad at UFC for doing that. That's not my thing. I just don't like the way Dana likes to put stuff like that, and a lot of people will like that. Oh, you ran. He didn't want to fight. I hate that. Yeah. He didn't want to fight. Like, no, that's not the case. The man people have lives. Like, people have things that they gotta handle. Like and they love to do that. Dana UFC loves to do that, where if you don't take whatever fight that they ask you to take for whatever reason, they like to come out in public and be like, oh, so-and-so declined the fight. They didn't want to fight. He's scared. Without going into the details of, oh, he declined the fight because you offered him half of what he just made in this last fight. Or he declined the fight because you told him to take it in a month and he said, I need 3 to actually prepare for this massive fight that against this top tier opponent. Like I hate shit like that. They do that all the time.
I mean, Dana White, the greatest promoter of all time, man. I mean, what you gonna do? What you want to do, man? Like,
they're going to conduct business the way they're going to conduct business because it's worked for them, and I mean, it's gotten them to this point. So that's what they're going to do. I just don't, and that's why you're seeing a lot of more fighters speak out on it. The ones who have the power to speak out on it, the guys like John Jones and Conor McGregor, who have the power and the cachet to be like, no, that's bullshit. And you ain't about to do nothing because you need me because I move numbers and people are coming to see me because I guarantee you if John Jones says fuck this, eventually waits out his contract and then pops up on fucking Bellator, there's going to be a whole lot of fucking eyes on Bellator. And you ain't going to risk that shit. Yeah. So I appreciate that people are going to speak out about it. But, at the end of the day, Whitaker has some stuff. And now Blachowicz said pretty much the same thing.
Same thing. That's true, too.
Which is even funnier that Blachowicz comes out and says, I've got a kid, doing, I think, in December.
Right.
And it was 2. It was that and the fact that the coronavirus is really blowing up in Poland right now was his other concern. So he's like, I'm not even sure I can train regularly right now because of how everything is going over there. Mm-hmm. So between that and having the kid on the way, he said he probably wouldn't fight. He said, if you want to do it in March or anytime after, I'm down 100%. Let's do it. But I guess there's so much uncertainty in Poland right now with how things are going. He's like, I don't even think I could train. Like, I'm not sure that I can properly train right now because it's fucked up over here.
So here's another question for you. Do you make the Izzy John fight now? Say, fuck it.
I thought they were going to do that anyway.
Just go ahead and make it now?
I thought that's what they were going to do anyway. And that Izzy Blachowicz fight came out of fucking nowhere. So
I can see Izzy wanting to be champ though.
I do. Okay.
Especially the troll John. Like I feel like he feels like he hasn't done enough to get under John's skin. And this is why
he hasn't normally been
John against him.
But he hasn't normally been. It's always John that speaks first. It's always John that goes at him first.
Yeah.
The whole thing started with John just after Izzy fight and saying maybe one day we'll meet. Like John got the ball rolling first. Now maybe I truly believe that they probably talk about this to one another and are kind of pushing and let's push this. Let's do it.
Like a little bit. Yeah.
100%. I absolutely do see that. Here's something, because if they're gonna wait, if Blachowicz isn't quite ready and Whitaker isn't quite ready, we have a fight this Saturday between Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira. Now, the winner of this fight is more or less kind of viewed as the number one contender for the light heavyweight title.
Right.
Now, Blachowicz isn't quite ready, and Izzy's still looking for a fight.
Right.
What say interim light heavyweight title fight? Because they love putting interim titles on there. They love doing shit like that, even if it's not necessary. But UFC loves it. What if they say, let's do an interim light heavyweight title fight with, especially if Santos wins, because he's got a little more push behind him.
Ooh, for Izzy?
You do a Santos-Izzy interim light heavyweight title fight.
Ooh, I don't like that fight for Izzy. I like Jan a lot better for Izzy than I like a pissed off Thiago said. So it's like,
I think that would be great.
You want your boy to get his head knocked off.
Not at all.
You want him to get knocked because he's been slept before.
Easy.
We got the footage. Like I could go find it. We can find the footage of Izzy sleep. Like it's not pretend like it hasn't happened. So
absolutely, that ain't no problem.
I'm just saying, and Thiago's pissed. Like Thiago's pissed, bro.
I don't doubt any of that. What is it? What was it that Connor said? Something like accuracy and precision beats power and timing beats speed. That's the quote. Precision beats power and timing beats speed. You just made the argument. You just made the argument, though. He's not really big enough for the light heavyweight division, so I wouldn't. See, the thing about Jan is that I don't think Jan's going to try to like take you down or anything like that. I think Santos is either.
I don't know, man. He might have switched it up a little bit. I don't know, man.
I think that I think it'd be a great. I mean, I'd enjoy either one of those fights, Jan or Santos. Or I mean, I think he'd destroy Glover. All over to Glover, I think.
Yeah. I'd respect Glover, but I don't want
the Glover. I wouldn't want that. But I don't want to act like I'm just counting him out of this fight on Saturday because Glover is always capable, and he didn't raise his game, and now he can really wrestle a lot too, and can hold you on that ground.
What did Glover play last though?
He fucked up Anthony Smith, and people were pissed that they didn't stop the fight sooner.
You know the thing? It's controversial. This is going to be controversial as fuck. Ever since Anthony Smith didn't kill the intruder in his house, he hasn't been the same. I'm just going to keep it real. You're a UFC fighter. Somebody ran up in your spot, threatened to kill your whole family. And you let him walk away? Like he wasn't even unconscious when the cops got there? You fought him. Like you had like a
didn't he just like
fight with him.
Tied him up or some shit? Like just kind of, what do you call it? corralled him, basically not corralled him, but he apprehended him. He kind of just like apprehended him, like, look, you're not doing this. Sit here. And they kind of tied him up after it or some shit like that.
Ever since then, I've been questioning Anthony Smith's killer instinct. So,
listen, Glover murdered that man. Glover almost murdered that man in the cage. And I'm saying all this to say I don't want Santos is a favorite for the fight this Saturday, as he should be, but I in no way do I want to count out Glover, because Glover is Glover. Yeah. He's still here for a reason. Yeah. But I do think if Izzy fights either one of them, Blachowicz or Santos, I'm still taking Izzy. I really think he's leveling up, and I think he continues to level up. And as angry Thiago Santos and all that can be, I prefer the guy that's just going to stay. Oh, you're going to be angry? Okay. Oh, you're going to run in this way? Watch me take this angle. Bap. Oh, you're going to do that? Oh, you're going to take down? Nope. Slide, sprawl, watch out. Leg kick, knee.
The thing is, I see what you're saying, but I don't even see Izzy taking that fight. Like, Izzy plans things.
His first fight was against Yoel Romero when he didn't have to be. His first title defense was against Yoel Romero, who's not the number one guy.
I understand
because people were afraid of Yoel Romero. I think if you want Izzy to take the fight, get everyone to start calling this person the most dangerous person, and Izzy's going to be like, who? Bet, give him to me. Let's see how dangerous he is. Izzy's a warrior. Yeah. Izzy's a warrior.
Everybody got their limits, though.
Understandably, Izzy's a warrior.
And he's moving up in weight. You just want him to go fight Thiago.
So does Santos. Santos was a middleweight too.
I'm gonna be real. If you put Thiago in there with Jan, I think he kills Jan. That's just me. Like, I think he'll beat the shit out of Jan right now.
I don't think he's beating the shit out of Jan. I don't think he's beating the shit out of him. I'm not saying he wouldn't win the fight. I think you are sorely downplaying how good Jan Blachowicz is, how powerful Jan Blachowicz is. He hits hard. He hits hard.
Okay. Give me a rundown on Jan's last 3 fights. Let's do that. Let's do that. You got the computer handy. Give me a rundown on Jan's last 3 fights, and then we'll talk about it.
God damn, really? You're not gonna? That's stupid. Oh, there we go. All right, Jan Blachowicz last 3 fights. All right.
I know Dominic, of course.
Dominic Reyes, second round knockout. Corey Anderson, first round knockout. Jacare Souza, decision. And then if we go before that, Luke Rockhold, second round knockout.
Souza and Luke Rockhold.
Hey, I'm not taking any Luke. I'm not taking any Luke Rockhold slander. Luke Rockhold gave me one of.
I mean, he don't have his jaw anymore. What you want me to? What you like? I'm not trying to disrespect him either, but I mean, come on, the last couple fights we've seen from Luke Rockhold,
his chin is questionable.
Yeah, it's very questionable at this point. Yeah.
It's very questionable. I mean, a partial Luke Rockhold. He gave me maybe my greatest shit talking moment to my brother of all time. So I'm forever grateful to Luke Rockhold for allowing me to talk shit to my brother in the way that I've never been able to do before or since. So I've always been a fan.
Personal. That's why.
It's very much a personal thing. Okay. And then, of course, his first title defense came at the Forum that I was at. And yeah, have I said that 3 of the 4 UFC cards I've attended I've left pissed off? That was the first of the 3. Every UFC card I go to, I've left pissed off. I always lose when I go to the UFC cards. But coincidentally, before that Rockhold fight, Blachowicz fought Thiago Santos. Santos beat him, 3rd round.
So that was what I was waiting for you to get to. I forgot about the Rockhold fight. That's what I was waiting for you to get to. Is that he's already lost to Thiago.
He has already lost to Thiago.
Gets in there, he's going to kick Jan's ass. I guarantee it. We can put cases on it if you want.
If it gets to that point, we absolutely can.
It won't. But
I don't really remember this fight that much, but it looks like, yeah, Thiago got a performance of the night. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, he fucking dominated him. Holy shit.
he's beating the shit out of Jan, bro.
Yeah, is 104 to 40 in terms of significant strikes. Yeah, he dogged Blachowicz. But this is a different Blachowicz, damn it. At least that's what I'd like to think.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he did beat Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes beat John Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was in, when did that fight take place? You know, that was like 2 years ago. Blachowicz is a different fighter now. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But it's, like I said, there's a lot of, oh Jesus, that was just February of last year. God damn it. Shit. Either way, look.
A point for Malik. Yeah, finally, I get a point. Yeah, point for Malik over here. Yeah.
I got nothing. I tried, Jan. I tried. I still believe they're downplaying you a little bit. I'm
not going to downplay Jan too much because I know his power is ridiculous. Like, I'm not.
And I do want to see how Santos looks. Like, the man destroyed his entire knee. Like,
yeah. Isn't he coming back a little bit early?
It's his first fight. It's been a year and a half, I think. He fought John. It's been a long time.
No,
it's at least since last summer.
The last fight Thiago fought. His last
That's
fight
what I'm saying. Against John was like last summer. I want to say it was last summer. It was, last July.
See, that shows you how much I picked up watching on UFC because usually I'm good at that. That's crazy.
Yeah, last July was that fight. So we're talking 16 months. 16 months pretty much.
Yeah, he should be okay. He should be fine.
Yeah. But it was just about everything in his knee was
ACL, everything was blown out.
Right. ACL, MCL, PCL, and meniscus.
That's crazy. That's your whole knee, bro. Like they should have just shit. Like they should have just amputated your shit.
Finished the fight with it. Like that's unbelievable.
And you want that, and you want Izzy to go against that man.
Yes, I do. Sure do.
Yeah, you want him to die. You want Izzy to die. Jan's an easier fight than Thiago to me. Just to me.
I think it depends on how they chose the fight. I think guys like Santos. I think how people thought Costa was going to fight Izzy. I think that plays into Izzy's hands.
Okay.
To me, if you're just going to be wild, aggressive, and come forward, and Santos can come straight forward sometimes, that's how you get killed against guys like Izzy. Is aggressive rushes straight forward and shit like that. But Izzy will.
But Paulo didn't even do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How it would depend on how Santos would attack him. Like Blachowicz isn't going to do that, regardless. Yeah, Blachowicz is a lot more measured. He's a lot more patient and kind of saying.
He's more of a counter fighter.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, that fight would be a lot slower. Santos can be that sometimes. It kind of depends on how he decides to attack. He can counter and kind of be measured a little bit, but he can also get really aggressive and try to attack like that. And to me, if you're doing that, that plays into Izzy's hands. Other problem is if you want to fight at distance, that plays into Izzy's hands too. Yeah. You're not going to take many people fighting at distance over Izzy. His footwork is outstanding, and he controls distance as good as almost anybody in UFC history. Quite frankly, there's only a couple people I'd put ahead of him as far as controlling distance. Guys like Conor, guys like Machida, Silva, like those guys control distance at a area. Jones does it really well too with his kicks. Jones always controls the distance because his legs are fucking 9 feet long, and he can just kind of keep you at distance like that. But there's very few people who fight at distance as good as Izzy. So it depends. Either way, I do think it'd be a good fight. I think they'd be different fights, but I think both of them would be good fights. But I told you last week, I'm not betting against Izzy. Izzy's at that point. I'm not betting against him. If I lost money, I'd lose money, but I'm not betting against Izzy. Yeah, I'm not betting against Jones. I'm not betting against Khabib. Like, there's guys that I'm just not betting against.
Mm.
And Izzy's got that point. He's got the glow. If he's in the last
I'm not betting against Izzy. I've kind of lost a couple. I've lost quite a few dollars betting
never.
against Izzy.
He's got the like Costa came in. Like Costa he only had the hands glow. He was shown enough. He only had the hands glow, and Izzy came in with the full body glow and wiped the fucking floor with him.
So like, Izzy's the last dragon now.
Izzy, absolutely. I guarantee you, Izzy probably watched that movie a bunch of times.
Izzy
watched that movie.
I am going to watch that. I'm going to watch it too. It's been a while. I'm going to watch The Last Dragon too because you brought up the glow.
It's so amazingly racist in a good way and bad way. Like, oh, so all the black people. So you have the black guy who thinks he's Japanese, whose dad runs a pizza shop, thinks he's Italian, and then the Asian guys who think they're black. Like, it's so every fucking way.
One of my greatest movies of all time. I watched that.
I love it. It's one of the few DVDs when buying DVDs was a thing. It's one of the few that I bought that wasn't just like a straight up comedy. The Last Dragon. All my shit is all comedy and funny shit. But I got The Last Dragon. I fucking love The Last Dragon.
Right.
Great.
So,
all right.
Early prediction? Do you have one yet? You want to wait?
For which fight?
Izzy and Jan.
If you're saying a prediction for an Izzy fight, it's going to be Izzy. You could put Izzy against anyone. If I'm taking Izzy over John Jones, I'm taking Izzy over Jan.
You taking Izzy over John?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
At 205, you have a point. At heavyweight?
Not a heavyweight. No.
Okay, all right. I was just checking. I think that's the fight. Like, if Izzy's talking all this shit, John's going to be like, all right, boy, come up to heavyweight.
Give me one thing, though. If this fight goes down, if Izzy and Jan fight, and Izzy wins the light heavyweight title, will it or will it not be the greatest post-fight promo in UFC history?
John's going to be in the crowd.
You know he is.
John's going to be there. Like, there's no way John's going to sit home and watch this fight. This is not happening. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they had John there just in case John can't go. I would not be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I'm just saying. Like, it would be up there. Like, Izzy winning the light heavyweight belt and then calling out John Jones would 100%. It would be top 5 after, like, post-fight in-cage moments. Like,
John's getting in the cage.
John's probably getting in the cage. Like, yes, it'll be like that. It'll be up there with that. It'll be up there with the Connor. I want to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. And GSP, Matt Hughes, I'm not that impressed with your performance. That might still be my favorite. I'm not the biggest GSP fan, but like that was the nicest, most disrespectful comment I've ever heard in my life. The man walked to the cage after you just beat someone for the title and said, and with the French accent, I'm not that impressed with your performance.
Yeah,
I beat you when we fought. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that shit was cold. Izzy would be up there, and Brock pushing Cormier like 74 feet across the entire fucking cage.
Mm-hmm.
Cormier was so mad at that. He was like, I should have known. He was like, I wasn't braced at all. He's like, I didn't have it. He's like, I thought we was coming in. He's like, I knew Brock was there. I knew Brock was going to come in regardless of who won. And he's like, he's like, I should have saw with how hyped and how fast he was walking to me. He's like, I thought we were just going to get in each other's faces. So I'm up like feet together, standing up straight, and Brock shit.
Leave it up to Cormier to get embarrassed in big moments like that.
Oh shit! Man, look, still top 10 all the time. Okay, I love Cormier. That's my guy.
I get that to you.
That's my guy. He got unfair hate.
I got Izzy too. Izzy too. I'm not betting against Izzy. I just that beeline straight for John Jones. I've been waiting too long.
I'm waiting.
Too long for this shit to materialize this way. And
I want it to happen.
Izzy blowing it.
I just appreciate Izzy being intelligent about this, because a lot of fighters would have been like, "Oh, John, call me up. Let's go right now. Let's go." Like, because that's such a big fight, and I appreciate Izzy recognizing He's calling me out. Like I'm not even at that level yet, and he's already calling me out. He needs me. He needs this more than I need him. I got people lined up. No, I'm gonna do this on my terms. I'm gonna still talk shit, but I'm gonna make you wait, John. I'll run shit now. Like, I appreciate that. Call it right or wrong. I appreciate Izzy not just immediately succumbing to. I think he's the bigger star now, but at the time when it first happened, John was definitely the bigger name, and Izzy could have easily just ran off the deep end.
Right.
And that could have been to me, that was shaping up to be a Floyd Canelo moment. That's what I saw that as. And I respect Izzy going, nah, I'm in control of this. And really being in control of it. I love shit like that. And look, now it's gonna be one of the biggest. That'd probably be a top 5 card. A top 5 like pay-per-view buy card, I think.
Right. I think he's waiting till March though. I don't think he's taking any other opponents. I think Izzy waits.
Yeah, there's not much. Because he kind of helped to clear out the division on his way to the title. There's not a lot for him at middleweight. So and to be fair, I would like to see a Whitaker rematch. Like, I do think that'd be a good fight. Even that first fight, even though it only went to the second round, was still a fun fight for how it lasted. Like, I do think that'd be a good fight. But after that, there isn't a lot. So
John, if you're listening, make that nigga fight Ngannou first. Fuck out of here. Make that nigga fight Ngannou first, and then we'll talk.
First off, Ngannou don't need to fight unless it's for the title. If there's one person who's been sitting and more than waiting for his title shot, it's Francis fucking Ngannou. It's one thing.
That's what I'm saying. You put John and you say Ngannou, you sit there, you wait your turn.
He's been waiting.
I don't care. You make him wait longer. You give John that title shot.
You're giving John a heavyweight title shot over Ngannou.
You give John that title shot so you can go ahead and give John that damn title, and then you turn around and you look Izzy right in the face, and you be like, have fun with Ngannou. We'll talk after that. That's what I'm doing if I'm John. I'm not taking that Ngannou fight. Get
you don't need to
fuck out of here.
No, Ngannou cannot be jumped again. He got enough. It's one thing when you're getting jumped for a Cormier-Stipe trilogy fight. It's 1-1. It's 2 of the greatest heavyweights. That's one thing. But for a guy who has not, again, yes, he's a legend and he's an all-time legend, and they tend to get special treatment in situations like this. I'm not taking it away. You can't do Ngannou like you can't do him like that twice.
Why not?
You can't do it
it's not like he didn't fight Stipe and lose. I mean, bad too. Like, he looked really bad against Stipe.
He looked terrible.
And then the next fight.
And then followed that up with Derek Lewis.
Horrible. So if I was sit there and wait your turn.
Yeah, but he's already done that. And he's wiped out everybody below him. No, it's not like you can give him a tune-up fight right now because he's beat all of the tune-up fights already.
Just give him Izzy.
Yeah, no. Why are you're trying to get Izzy killed? I'm not trying to get Izzy killed.
What the heavyweight to fight John? You talking all this shit?
Step-by-step process. You just skip 6 steps. I'm fighting light heavy. He said he'd fight heavyweight if John was there. He didn't say I'm just about to go up and fight all heavyweights. You're about to get in there with fucking Ngannou twice his goddamn weight just about. No. Stop trying to kill Izzy. That's we're not doing it. Just
whatever.
And Ngannou deserves the heavyweight title fight. Fuck anything else. If Stipe is going to hold out, and if Stipe is going to still sit there and sit at home like he did after he lost the title the first time to Cormier and just sit at fucking home for goddamn ever, then let John Jones and Ngannou fight for an heavyweight title fight. But Ngannou should not be fighting. I bet you don't like it. So you find with Ngannou for Izzy, but you ain't fine with Ngannou for Jones. It's fuck. Nope. Nah. If Stipe is going to sit at home and not fight, then make Jones and Ngannou interim heavyweight title fight. Because Ngannou don't need to fight for nothing else but the title. Because, yes, those 2 back-to-back fights were god-awful. He wasn't ready for Stipe. He thought he was. And then he was fucking shell-shocked from that fight and threw 4 punches in 3 rounds against fucking Derek Lewis in, like, the worst fight ever. And ever since then, he's been back. and he's what is it, like 4 wins in like 3 minutes or some shit? Like he's ran through everybody since then. Like it's like, oh, give him a tune-up fight against. Nope, beat him. Nope, beat him. Nope, beat him twice. Beat him. Like there's nothing else there. So what is he going? You gonna bring in old Fedor for Ngannou to fight or some shit? Like nah. Give
Why not, man? Nah. I think Ngannou was the next fight, but still. I'm not impressed. I know he's been on a tear since the Derek Lewis fight. I know he just reinvented himself. Whatever, he's still catching people clean in the first round, so it's not
murder, destruction.
Yeah, the only reason why I want him to fight for the title, and I feel like it's right, is because he almost killed Rosenstrike.
All of them.
No, Rosenstrike was really bad though. That was just like, oh yeah, anybody outside of the top 2, you can't give to that man because he'll kill him.
So here we go. Curtis Blades, 45 seconds. Cain Velasquez, 26 seconds. Junior, 111. Rosenstruck, 20 seconds. So it's about 2.5 minutes, give or take. Between 2.5 and 3 minutes, 4 fights, 4 knockouts. Give the man his title shot.
Well, look, we're gonna wrap this up, but quick, just 30 seconds. 30 seconds to a minute. Corey Anderson, Bellator.
I'm more interested in going on YouTube and watching Melvin Manhoef highlights than watching him fight Corey Anderson in his Bellator debut. Respect to Corey. Look, Corey's on the run right now. Corey Seager just won his World Series MVP. Corey Hansford is out here doing great things on this Fight Night Shops podcast. So I'd love for Corey Anderson to now come in here and do some great things at Bellator. But he's got a good 1-2, and he can take you down sometimes. I'm not expecting much from him. But Melvin Manhoef he's old. He's 40-something years old now. But, I mean, it's something like 29 out of 32 of his wins are by knockout. Something ridiculous like that. Look up some Melvin Manhoef highlight reels on YouTube if you've got a chance. He got a knockout over Mark Hunt. I'll leave it at that.
I'm definitely going to check him out now.
I'll leave it at that. Melvin Manhoef is a killer. He's older now, so that's what they're trying to do. But
right.
Why are you programming against fucking Thursday Night Football with the Packers and the 49ers? You're stupid. No one is going to watch.
Because it's Bellator, Corey. It's what Bellator does.
Stupid.
I thought the fight was like on a Friday or some shit like that, and I was like, "What?" And then we talked, and I was like, "Why the fuck is it tonight? Like, don't you have the Packers versus the 49ers tonight? Like, what's the you going to give?" But at the same time, it's Corey Anderson. This is how you leave a promotion because they're not promoting you well enough, and then what the fuck does Corey Anderson do? Corey Anderson takes his ass straight to Bellator, where guess what? They're not promoting you right, Corey. It's happening all over again, Corey. You're boring, Corey.
You're not marketable. You're not marketable.
He's not at all, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You can't. You're not. And then you had a shot, and then you was getting whooped by Blagojevich, beat shit out of you in like a minute. Like we just went through that. That was your shot. Yeah. Then you would have had a chance to really do something. But you get to a point, you get your ass whooped. Like, I'm sorry. I want you to be great. Yeah, I'm rooting for everything black. I want you to be great. I'd love it for you to go over there. And I am hoping that you go over there and do some work and run a Bellator.
You heard what he said? He said title fight, 2 fights, title fight after that.
That's fine. But again, that's just going to look bad on Bellator. If another UFC fighter that could never win a title in UFC goes over there and runs through and gets the title in 2 or 3 fights, it makes you look bad. And that's what's happened. A couple people haven't. Ben Henderson got humbled real quickly. He tried to move up to 170, and that just didn't quite work. But fucking Ryan Bader went over there, and Ryan Bader lost to old Tito Ortiz. Never forget that. He goes over and runs through Bellator like it ain't shit, moves up to heavyweight, wins the whole fucking heavyweight Grand Prix. Yeah. I'm not. It's not a good look. It's not. So, rooting for Corey, good for you. But, I mean, if Corey Anderson can 1-2 his way to a Bellator title in 2 fights, that's not a good look for Bellator. It just further shows that y'all are a distant second to the UFC. And when FC is coming on your ass right now, pause. That sounded awful. Wow. Yikes.
Pause like a motherfucker.
Don't you pop up here? You quiet the whole damn time, you're going to pop up on that. One FC is rising very quickly in the ranks and trying to do some stuff. And they got Turner back in them and on Bleacher Report and all that stuff. So Bellator better figure some shit out real quick, because little dumb shit like this, programming against goddamn Thursday Night Football, is fucking stupid, and it's not going to get eyes on your fucking product when it's already on the CBS Sports Network. That I guarantee. Gerard, what channel is CBS Sports Network on your TV?
I have no clue.
Exactly.
I have no. I think I got it, but I don't know where it's at. So
I know I have it too, but I don't know where the fuck it's at. It's somewhere. That's what it is.
It ain't in my favorites. So
right. Bellator, you're not doing yourself any favors. That's it.
Shit. Well, I guess I'll check it out. I'm most likely I'm gonna be out tonight anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna celebrate this being my last, you know what I'm saying, weekend free or whatever. But,
right.
You know, I'm gonna check it out when I get home. I watch the highlights. How about that? Like, I get that to Corey, but Corey's just boring, man. Like he is. He's just boring to me, bro. Like,
he is. It's not good.
But shit, you got any last words for the people, man? Good show, by the way.
This is a great show. We did a lot. Again, keep checking us out every week. We doing this. Every Thursday is looking like what it's going to be. We'll see how schedules work out in the upcoming weeks. But every
week after 6.
Right. So if all of y'all watch and listen, if y'all got any questions, any suggestions for stuff that we could do, I know we've been talking about a possible fight review, like doing classic fight reviews, that we might start doing that, because we got some things to go over, and you already know what's going to be the first fight we going at. You already know. Mouse Cejudo 2. The mouse got robbed in.
Triple C! Triple C! That's right, Gerard. You see it on the left. Don't play me, boy.
But
don't do it. Don't you do it.
He was reaching quick.
Don't you do it on my show,
Gerard. He was reaching quick. Real quick for that. But yeah, we trying to do that. We're definitely looking to get a straight basketball NBA show going, especially because it looks like the league might be starting in a month, and the draft is in 2 weeks. So, who trying to talk basketball with me?
You could just come on the shop for that one. You know, we were big during basketball.
Yeah, I know it. I know y'all do a lot of things on there. There's a whole. Y'all cover all grounds.
Yeah, we
do. Everything. that wrestler, that Attitude Era show last week was good. 2.5, 3 hours, I think.
Oh my God, we never doing that again.
Never. We all are in agreement that will never happen again.
That was major.
Unless we doing like a fight companion one night or some shit like that, that's the only shit I will sit down for 3 hours and talk with people for. That was too much. Y'all saw me tap out like an hour and a half into it. I was done. I was done. Right?
Then it took us an hour to get the NFL picks out, man. We gonna be better. Don't worry about it.
But can I say, I did. That was the show. You almost made me fuck up my workout. I was listening while working out. You almost made me drop the weight, Malik, when you said like every time Gerard does something, John Jones does a line of coke or something. Almost dropped.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I was pretty late by that. Bro. That shit came out of nowhere, bro. Every time Gerard sneezes,
that's what it was.
Takes a bump of coke.
Dog, almost dropped the weight on my foot. I was dying laughing. That's the greatest line I'm sorry. That might be the greatest moment in shop history. I don't know. That was amazing.
I'm gonna have to cut that. Nah, I don't want John looking for me. Never mind.
That was amazing.
I don't want to put that in the entrance.
Right.
Leave that alone. Just leave that one.
Reference it for once in a while.
Yeah.
Just leave that in the archives. I'm good. John, if you're listening, bro.
It's a joke. It's jokes.
These are just jokes.
He's sensitive sometimes, John.
John, we didn't talk about it, but John running after niggas with shotguns.
Right. We kind of went over that. And he sprinted out of the house with a shotgun too.
I don't want no smoke, John.
Nah. I'm kidding. We talking strictly in cage stuff, John. I don't want none of that. Out. Nah, we straight.
Right.
We good on that one.
Gerard, you got something for us before we bounce?
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know this. The shop is sponsored by 901 Daiquiris, of course. Y'all know. Get your shit. Get your orders in. I'm dropping shit off tomorrow. Corey, your shit is going to be in the mail tomorrow.
All right,
your drinks are coming, sir. Malik, I'm sending your mama some drinks.
You sending my mama what?
I was like, that could have gone so many ways.
Sending your mother some drinks.
Tiger's blood.
I'm not.
Send Tiger's blood, bro.
I'll send you some Tiger's blood, bro. I got you.
I want the blue jump.
You want the blue jump?
You scare me because I just watched Ill Will versus Miss Miami yesterday. And like hearing you say, I'm sending your mama, I'm like, oh shit, where is he about to go with this? I just heard a whole lot of other shit not long ago.
Nah, you ain't gotta worry about that. But cause she my mama too, so
I'll give you that.
So just make sure y'all know shop open, follow 901 Daiquiris. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I sent y'all the logo for y'all show.
That shit is fucking fire.
It is fire. It is.
So y'all got a new logo for y'all show. Yeah, that's it, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to everything we got going on, bro. Of course, tune in to Fight Night every Thursday. Booming. I love it. I love the show. We looking to be divorced besties every Monday. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to that. Conversations at the shop every Tuesday and Saturday. Good God, we got a lot of shows.
We busy, bro.
We gotta get some on Wednesday.
Busy as fuck, ain't we?
Like, shit, hold up. What we squeeze in Wednesday? What's we got Wednesday and Friday open?
Sunday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are open. So I mean, hey, if you want to be a member of the shop and you got a show idea, look, hey, we here. I just edited our YouTube page. I got the videos separated from different shows for different joints. So we are working. We have a lot of stuff coming, a lot of content we're gonna be putting out. So all y'all support and likes and shares, all that matters. Like y'all vote somewhat, but just make sure y'all support because we're gonna try to keep this stuff coming to y'all because this is something we obviously like doing. So we're gonna try to keep this stuff rolling. Support. That's all we want. Right. We ain't asking for none of y'all money. Time. That's it.
Right.
You can listen to the podcast while you're working out, while you're driving. A listen is a listen, and it goes a long way. So like,
and I guarantee you, there's gonna be some crazy shit up there. Like, it don't matter what show you watch. Like, Shop, Here, Divorced Besties, whatever we come up with next, there's always some crazy shit. Like, it'll be very entertaining no matter what show you pick to watch.
You see the people. You see the people that we have here. It's gonna be some wild shit. We don't know nothing else.
Yeah. So y'all just make sure y'all support. And that's all I
by the way, I think I'm just crazy coming back soon. Don't think I forgot about that shit. I still need to do my part. I just been going through shit, but I think I'm just crazy. I think that shit is on Tuesdays. So we got a Tuesday. So
another Tuesday. I mean, we just gotta drop it. We can record.
Yeah.
We done got since we done got the little mishap with one of our interviews. I think we about ready to come back. We had one little mishap. Niggas threatening to sue me, but Good Morning America.
Now we could fucking talk about it. Yeah, now we can talk about it. That's why the show ain't in here. That's why.
Good Morning America. Look,
Hey, we
Y'all-
can't do that to Good Morning America. Like,
That was
them the ones that tried to sue me. Fuck them.
no,
niggas.
just got off.
don't do
I ain't gonna,
that. Don't
just
do
got
that.
off of it. You might wanna-
It's too
you might
crazy.
wanna- It's just come
Nah,
back.
man.
We cancel now, so I guess we holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. Garage is threatening.
Wait, this is done. It's a wrap now. So this is our last. This is our last ever episode. Hold on, good. So we
No,
appreciate
man,
your
but,
support.
we good. We good. We can't drop that episode still, but I just know that episode was amazing. Corey, I'm gonna let you see it. I'm gonna send it to you, Corey.
I'm
Yeah, send it
curious.
to Corey.
I'm very curious now.
I'm gonna let you watch it, bro. But other than that, just send me your email in the group chat, and
I got you.
Other than that, dog, we out of here. Y'all got anything else, bro?
Check out the fights.
Just watch the fights. That's all I ask y'all to do. Watch the fights.
Right.
If you want to be a guest, my inbox is always open.
Same. And
Like let me know. I know we gotta get Dustin on here. Whenever Mooka stops ducking, we get him on here.
Mooka, stop ducking. Let's go, Mooka. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna have a lit show. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Kim, we had a great guest on our show. Malik's show. I'm just crazy. She was involved in a case that we can't talk about, but
yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, like you don't need to say nothing else. That enough said right there.
We tried to duck around it, but
yeah, no, those are always sensitive things. Yeah, that'll get you.
Yep, and all that for them not to drop an interview with her. So, like, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
Exactly.
Hush money, I think, but it is what it is, bro. Y'all be easy. Y'all come mess with us the long way. So we out this piece, man. Salute these two brothers, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, bro.
Always.
We out.
I'm gonna upload these junks, streaming junks. I'm gonna start streaming them too. So I'm gonna put the audio out too.
There we go.
Bet. So episodes 1 and 2 gonna be downloaded and put up there today.
There you have it, folks.
All right,
No
man.
excuses.
Y'all be easy, man.